Hey everyone, Carlos here, and I'm excited to show you how Jolt AI helps us contribute to open source projects. Jolt is really great if you've ever felt lost in a new repo, don't know where to get started with an issue, or just want to get to pull requests faster. We're going to use Jolt to breeze through a new GitHub issue and add a feature with docs and see how it helps us. We have an issue to add an AreaRange to show standard deviation in line charts. Pasting a GitHub issue into the prompt will scrape its content and include it when we send it to Jolt. Jolt understands your entire code base with its hypercontext. That means you don't have to spend any time manually picking context files. Open source can feel intimidating when you're just starting out. Figuring out where files are or how everything's set up, that can be a lot. Jolt makes it easier to jump in and start contributing. Jolt starts responding with the code for the AreaRange component. It will also include snippets and an explanation. The snippets are great so you can see its thought process as it generates the code. Diffs are created in the background so we can apply all of the code changes for all files with a single click. There is no need to point your cursor to any single position to figure out where code should go. Jolt figures that all out. After applying prettier format in VS Code, I'm now asking Jolt to use this new component inside the demo app so we can try it out. We can see it added the new AreaRange component to the line chart page in the demo app. Jolt automatically detected the multiple packages inside this repo, and I didn't have to tell it where to look. Now that we've finished writing the code for the AreaRange component with Jolt, let's boot up the iOS simulator and play with the demo app to see how it works. We're going to toggle the dataset, colors, animations, and see how the AreaRange shows a standard deviation for the line dataset and verify that Jolt got the data flow between the original line dataset and the new AreaRange correct. Jolt has added the AreaRange component to the line chart demo page. With a Y and a Y0, you can see the shaded red bar. We'll shuffle data and you can see that it automatically reapplies the new AreaRange. Let's expand the AreaRange to 20, and you can see that it automatically animates the new range. Changing the curve type will also, once again, use that AreaRange component that we've built. We can adjust the domain padding to show how the AreaRange component is in sync with the line component, and Jolt was able to make sure that the data is the same. Let's once again take a look at the code that Jolt generated. You can see in the right panel the diff that it created for the AreaRange. Jolt also shows an example of how to use the components it built. Now that we've finished building our feature and have tested it out in the demo app, the last thing to do when contributing to open source is write documentation. Jolt is great at writing docs for existing and new features. Similar to the AreaRange component implementation, we're not going to tell Jolt what documentation library we're using, how things are written, or where the docs live. It will sort that out on its own. We prompt Jolt to write documentation for the new AreaRange component. Jolt will use hypercontext to figure out Victory native, XL uses Docusaurus for documentation, and create a new markdown file with examples, use cases, and detailed listing for props. It follows the same format style and guide and layout as other documentation files, so the documentation it generates feels like it belongs to the project. Jolt also detected there are docs for a regular area component and put a new notice in that page to check out the new AreaRange component we built. Now that we have finished our documentation, it is time to open up a pull request and merge the new AreaRange component into the Victory native repo. Thanks for watching a quick demo on how to use Jolt to contribute to open source. Check out the attached blog to this video to see the pull request or learn more about Jolt and create a free account and get started yourself.